Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Moa's Footprints. Today I will be showing you how to make some sesame balls, and since it is Easter, I decided to do some Easter themed colors. The ingredients that you'll need is a bag of glutinous flour, 1 cup of rice flour, half a cup of mashed potato flakes, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 can of coconut milk, and half a cup of water. Alright, so let's get started. You're going to want to mix all the dry ingredients first. So you want to start off with a bag of glutinous flour. Next, we're going to add a cup of rice flour. Next, I'm going to add a half a cup of potato flakes. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a cup of sugar. You can add a little bit more or less depending on how sweet you want the sesame balls to be. You're going to want to mix the dry ingredients a little bit before you add the 1 can of coconut milk and half a cup of water. If you find that it's a little dry, you can add a little bit more water. After you mix everything into it, you're going to want to mush the dough all the way around so that you get a nice firm lump of dough, because that's going to make it really nice and crispy. Having it too dry will cause cracks, so just make sure you mix the dough completely. This next step is optional. Since it was Easter, I did want some Easter color sesame balls. So I put food coloring in a bowl and I just split it into 3 groups. It probably would be easier if you mix the color in the beginning while you're putting the wet ingredients in. But since we did the batch together, we had to split the 3 out, and then all we had to do was mush all the colors in. In the next step, you're going to take a chunk and roll it into a ball, make it a little bit flat. Then you put the mung bean inside the middle and just fold around it. Then roll it again in your hand to make it into a ball. Next, you're going to put it into the sesame seeds. Depending on how much you want on there, you just roll it around and then you set it aside until you're ready to cook. I prepared the mung bean earlier, and I totally forgot to make a video on it, and there are 2 options that I usually like to use. The first option is you can soak the mung bean the night before. They kind of swell up and then it doesn't take as much time for you to cook them. Or if you don't have time, you could just cook the mung beans as is in some boiling water. It just takes a little bit longer for this process. So now for the final step, you're going to want to cook it in some vegetable oil on medium heat. You don't want the heat too high, because then the outside will get really crispy and overcooked and the inside won't be completely done. And you do want to move them around because they do stick on the bottom until they start to float. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. Happy Easter. God bless, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.